Let's get our homepage set up. So here in the tbmvexample.com WordPress console, we're going to want to first create a page. So we'll go to Pages, and we could have chosen Pages Add New from that screen, but I came into the Pages section, and in here we will click Add New. And the first thing we're going to do is add a title. The next thing we're going to do is click on Page Builder. And it will ask you if you'd like to take a tour, and we're going to go ahead and skip the tour. And we're going to skip this little section here because there's really nothing much in here. You can create your own templates if you like, but in the free Beaver Builder Page Builder plugin, you don't have any layouts included in the free version. So we're just going to cancel out of here. And here in the Page Builder, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to want to set up how many columns we're going to want on the page. So the columns are going to be horizontal from left to right. So from the left-hand side of the screen to the right-hand side of the screen. That's going to be your columns. The rows are going to be vertical from top to bottom. So when we go to row layouts, in this case, for the home page, we're actually going to want a one-column layout that you select from under row layouts. So we just click on Add Content. And what we want to do is just left click on the one column and drag it over to the left, like so, and drop it into this box. Now what we're going to want to do is go to the row that we just created with the single column and click on this wrench. And we're going to want to set the width to be full width, not fixed. So we'll go to full. And the content width will also change to full width. And the height we'll leave at default. Now we'll go ahead and scroll down the row settings, and we'll go to background and change the type from none to photo. And now under background photo, we're going to click select photo. We're going to go to upload files, select files, and we're going to navigate to where our photo file is, select our file, and click open. With the file uploaded, go ahead and click Select Photo. The rest of these values we can just leave at the defaults as shown. Repeat none, position center, attachment scroll, scale fill, and attachment scroll, by the way, is going to mean that as you scroll the page, the image also scrolls. If you chose fixed, then what would happen is the image would stay on the screen where it is, and as you scrolled down the page, new information would load on the page. Let me show you what I mean by that. So this is what scroll will do, as shown here at truebluemarketview.com. And that's what will happen. But if we change this to be fixed, such as in here in the truebluemarketview.com settings, oops, this is the wrong one. We want to change attachment fixed. Click Save, Done, Publish Changes. And if we refresh our website, now you'll see that the page around the image will scroll, but the image itself just stays where it is. And that's what it means when you select fixed. And now we're going to go back, go to row settings, and change the attachment to scroll. Save, done, publish changes. Refresh our site. And it's back to the way it was previously. So you might prefer one option over another, but that's the difference between those two options. And with that, we're going to click Save. And we're going to click Done, Publish Changes. And we're going to go back to the dashboard. Let's load tbmvexample.com and check out what it looks like now. And we see that the image is not displaying. And the reason for that is because we don't actually have any content on the home page. And let me show you what I mean by that. The other thing you'll notice here is that there's now 2 homes in the menu navigation, but we'll be cleaning that up as well a little bit later on. If we go back into the WordPress console, and if we go to Settings and select Reading, we actually need to set our page that we called home as the actual home page. So you'll see here, front page displays your latest posts. That's the default setting. So we're actually going to use a static page, and we're going to use the page that we created or are in the process of creating called home. So we're going to select a static page, and the front page will be home. And we'll click Save Changes. Now if we go back to tbmvexample.com and refresh the page, we see that we have part of an image and it's not full screen and it's not quite right. So let's see if we can get this working a little bit better. We'll go back to Pages, All Pages. We'll edit the home page. And we'll go ahead and change the page attributes template from default template to full width page. And click Update. Now let's go back to our sample page and refresh tbmvexample.com. And now we have full screen. That side navigation has disappeared, but the image itself still isn't quite displaying properly. So if we go back to the home page and go to Edit and go to Page Builder and go to the row properties here, or the row settings. And we actually want to change the height to full height and click Save. And now we can see the full image. So if we click Done, Publish Changes, and go to our site and refresh it, we can now see the full screen image. Let's go ahead and relaunch the page builder. And now let's go ahead and add the text. And to do that, we're going to go under Basic Modules. We're going to go to Heading, left click and hold and drag over to the box here in the middle of the screen, and we're going to drop it. And for the heading text, we are going to type Reach More Customers. Although you could put any text that you choose here. And we're going to change the font size to 72. We'll leave the font weight to normal. We're going to change the text color, and we'll just go to white for the moment. And the alignment, we will select center. For the subheadline, we will leave it to no. And for responsive font sizes, we're going to set it to yes. And we are going to change these values. The first two, for heading medium screen and heading small screen, we'll change these to 32 pixels. The rest of the values we'll just leave as is at 24, 18, 18, and 18. Go to Advanced. And for the display, we're going to leave it to always. For the animation style, we're going to choose Fade In. And for the delay, we're going to put 1.75 seconds. And the margins we'll leave at the default of 20, 20, 20, 20, and click Save. And we'll click Done, Publish Changes, and we will refresh our site. And we can see that the text fades in after about a 1.75 second delay. But you'll also notice that this text color seems a bit bright. If we look at it here on the TrueBlue Market View site and compare the text color on the TrueBlue Market View site to the text color on the TBMV example site, we'll see that they're not the same. So this is another preference, and really everything that we're showing is a preference and just design choices that can be made. And we're just using this site to show you different ways that you can potentially get your site set up. So in order to get the text the same color and looking the same, we still have a couple changes to make here. So we're going to go back to the page builder for our home page, and we're going to edit the heading. And we're going to change the text color, and we're going to change that to value E2, 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 and click Save. Click Done, Publish Changes, and we will refresh our example site. In fact, let's bring this up in the same browser that we have TrueBlue Market View in, and we see here tbmvexample.com, and here we have truebluemarketview.com. So this is the original, example, original, example, original, example. So the text is still a little bit different. So there's still another change that needs to be made. Let's go back to the TBMV example WordPress. In the tbmvexample.com WordPress admin, we are going to want to once again go to plugins. And we are going to want to add a new plugin by clicking Add New. And the plugin that we're going to want to install is Easy Google Fonts. We'll go ahead and click Install Now. And activate. What this has done is it has added a bit more customization of fonts. And now, if we go to Appearance, Customize, in here we now have typography, and go ahead and go into typography now and enter default typography. Have a few changes to make in here. We're going to start with paragraphs, edit font, and we're going to leave it to all subsets. Font family, we're going to go to Arial. Font weight style, we'll leave a 400, and text decoration we'll leave to theme default, as well as the text transform. And you can click Edit Font under Paragraphs. Next, we'll go to Edit Heading 1, Edit Font. Here, we will once again go to Font Family, select Arial, and Font Weight Style 400. Leave the rest to default, and click Edit Font. And once again for Heading 2, we'll go to Font Family, Arial, Font weight style 400, and click Edit Font. Save and publish. And we'll close out of customization of the appearance. Here is what the example site looks like before the refresh. Here is truebluemarketview.com, the original site. Example site. Original site. Example site. And let's refresh the example site. And if we compare that to the original, to the example, to the original, and now the text looks the same. So if we head back into the WordPress admin console, we are about all set with the home page. So we're ready to make our next page.